start with a quote from a professional journal by a Brecksville Broadview High School staff member. Quote, "As teachers, connections lead us to feel valued, loved, and understood. They also give us a sense of belonging. So when you develop a connection with your students, run with it. Relationships are the foundation for everything. Creating lessons that intentionally put an effort into building those relationships, whether students want it or not, is what should drive learning in your classroom," unquote. So is it also the teacher's job to befriend students by sharing their personal pronouns with their students and to use feelings-based learning techniques? Are school emotional intelligence surveys overreach into family rights to privacy? Aren't academics and analytical skills what we thought kids were learning? It's our duty to minimize, not to promote, societal obsession with sexual excess and gender confusion. Adult abuse of impressionable children is a problem in our schools. Our school authorities insist that, quote, "they have no sex ed curriculum here because there are no state standards," unquote. But on the 2022 Ohio Department of Education sex ed compliance audit, our school system answered, quote, "using our district health curriculum, our health education teachers instructed students on venereal disease and sexual education," unquote. No mention of the state standard of abstinence until marriage. And which is it? Is there a curriculum or is there not a curriculum? I'm not asking a question of you. On the website protectingohiochildren.net, I read an article that targets Brecksville Broadview Heights schools with covert sexual education practices. 50 local parent responses to a survey said their children were exposed to explicit sexual material by a teacher, sports coach, school nurse, guidance counselor, other students, or an after-school club. 9 parents responded that they had discovered a secret gender plan for their child at school. Material covered by staff were abortion, sexual orientation, sex toys, putting a gender plan together without parent knowledge, pronouns, medical transition, masturbation, and prostitution. The most prominent age of exposure was 13. It's apparent that our administrators, educators, and staff facilitate subtle messaging that is insinuated into school environment. They implement government and foundation-funded social programs that endanger children and undermine parental authority. This must stop, and we want it out of our schools. We want a board and a superintendent who focus on academic excellence and stop using our kids as pawns in the sex, gender, culture war.